It's 2 a.m. You get up to get water, you turn the light off on your way back, and then, for just a second, you walk a little faster to your bed. You're not scared. You're an adult. You know nothing is there, but you walk faster anyway. Here's the thing. That little spike of something in your chest when the room goes dark, that's not anxiety. That's not weakness. That's not your brain being dramatic. That's 300,000 years of software running exactly as it was designed. My name is Matt, and I have been watching humans be afraid of the dark for a very, very long time. Let's talk about why. The dark used to actually kill you. For most of human history, night wasn't inconvenient. Night was dangerous. No streetlights, no phone screen, no motion sensor, just complete, total darkness, and everything that lived in it. And the things that lived in it, they were very good at their jobs. Lions, leopards, hyenas. Almost every major predator that hunted early humans was nocturnal. Better night vision, better hearing, better sense of smell. The dark was their home. It was not yours. So what did ancient humans do? The only logical thing. They stayed near fire. They slept in groups. And the ones who felt uneasy when the fire went low, the ones who stayed alert, who didn't fully relax, those were the ones who survived the night, the ones who slept too peacefully. They didn't make it to morning as often. And here is the part that changes everything. Every single human alive today is a direct descendant of the ones who were a little bit afraid. Fear of the dark wasn't a weakness. It was the price of admission. So what happens inside your brain the moment it gets dark? Your visual cortex, the part of your brain responsible for processing what you see, doesn't just go quiet. It gets more active. It starts filling in the gaps. It starts guessing. And because it evolved in a world where the things hiding in the dark could eat you, it doesn't guess probably nothing. It guesses probably something. This is called hypervigilance. And it's not a malfunction. It's the most rational thing your brain could possibly do, given where it came from. Think of it this way. Imagine two ancient humans. One of them hears a rustle in the dark and thinks it's probably just the wind. One of them hears a rustle and thinks it might be a predator. If it was the wind, both of them survive. If it was a predator, only one of them does. The brain that assumes danger is almost always wrong. But when it's right, it's the only brain that lives. Your brain didn't inherit calm from your ancestors. It inherited caution, and caution in the dark looks a lot like fear. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. It wasn't just the dark that ancient humans feared. It was the silence inside the dark. During the day, the world is loud. Birds, wind, other people, movement. Noise is information. Noise means things are normal. But at night, when the normal sounds stop, that's when your brain starts paying attention differently. That specific silence, the kind that falls right before something happens, is a signal your nervous system has been trained to recognize for hundreds of thousands of years. There's a reason horror movies use silence more than they use sound. The filmmakers didn't invent that trick. Your brain already knew it. Ancient humans who ignored that silence didn't leave as many descendants as the ones who didn't. So when you wake up at 2 a.m. and the apartment is too quiet and something feels slightly off, that's not your imagination. That's pattern recognition. That's your brain doing exactly what it was built to do. The fact that the pattern is almost always wrong now doesn't mean the pattern is broken. It means the world changed faster than evolution could keep up. Here's one of my favorite facts about ancient humans and the dark. They didn't always sleep the way you do. For most of human prehistory, sleep wasn't one long block. Researchers looking at hunter-gatherer communities that still exist have found that night sleep often splits naturally into two segments, with a quiet period of wakefulness in between. And some groups developed something even more deliberate: sleep watches. One or two people in the group stayed awake while the others slept, then swapped. Not assigned, not formal, just natural. Because in the dark, a group that is entirely asleep is a group that is entirely vulnerable. Now think about the last time you woke up at 3 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep. That restless, slightly alert feeling. The way your mind starts scanning. That might not be insomnia. That might be your body doing what it was designed to do. briefly surfacing, checking that the fire is still burning, making sure the night is still safe before going back under. Your sleep doctor might disagree, but your ancestors would recognize exactly what's happening. Let's talk about fire for a second, because fire is not just a tool ancient humans used to stay warm or cook food. Fire was light in the dark, and that made it one of the most psychologically important things in all of human history. The moment ancient humans controlled fire, roughly 400,000 years ago, possibly earlier, something shifted. The dark became less dark. The night became survivable not just physically, but mentally. Fire extended the social day. People could gather around it after sunset. They could talk, tell stories, watch each other's faces. And crucially, predators stayed away from it. The thing that lived in the dark was afraid of the light, which meant for the first time, humans had a tool that pushed the dark back. This is why, tens of thousands of years later, you find a candle calming. Why a lamp left on in the hallway still feels reassuring, even when you know you don't need it. Why a fireplace makes a room feel safe in a way that central heating just doesn't. You are not responding to light. You are responding to the memory of what light meant: survival, company, safety, encoded in your nervous system over hundreds of thousands of years. The candle isn't just a candle. It's a very, very old promise. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You can know, intellectually, that there is nothing in your room. You can know your apartment is locked. You can know that the chances of anything dangerous happening to you in the dark tonight are essentially zero, and your body still won't fully believe you. That's because the part of your brain that manages fear, the amygdala, doesn't update based on logic. It updates based on experience. And the experience it's drawing from isn't your last 20 years in a safe city. It's 300,000 years of nights where the dark actually did contain things that could kill you. Logic lives in the prefrontal cortex. Fear lives deeper than that. And the older system doesn't care what the newer system thinks it knows. This is why telling someone who's afraid of the dark to just think rationally doesn't work. You're asking the prefrontal cortex to override a system it has almost no direct authority over. The fear isn't a thought, it's a reflex. And reflexes don't care about your reasoning. The only thing that actually works, the only thing that has ever worked, is what your ancestors figured out 400,000 years ago. Light, company, the sound of other people nearby. We haven't found a better answer. We've just found brighter lights. So, the next time it's 2 a.m. and you're walking a little faster back to your bed, maybe don't feel embarrassed about it. You're not being irrational. You're being human. Specifically, you're being the kind of human that survived long enough for you to exist. The fear of the dark is not a flaw in your design. It is your design, built over hundreds of thousands of years by every ancestor who made it through the night carefully enough to have children. You're here because they were afraid, and some small part of you still remembers why. My name is Matt. I've been here since the first human looked into the dark and felt something looking back. For more videos on such exciting topics, make sure to like the video and subscribe the channel. Drop your suggestions for the next video in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.